They tell you information is neutral. They are wrong. Welcome to the spaces where perception is engineered and certainty is manufactured. This is not science fiction. It is a modern craft. Networks of influence created deliberately to shape what millions believe and how they act. Tonight, we unmask the methods, the psychology, the channels, the invisible hands pulling strings behind curated narratives. You will recognize some tactics and recoil at others. The goal is simple: to guide thought without announcing the guide. This inquiry demands skepticism and clarity. We will trace threads from subtle nudges to full-blown disinformation campaigns and the networks that enable them. Listen closely. The revelations may unsettle you, but understanding these mechanisms is the first step to reclaiming agency. Influence begins with a seed, a narrative crafted to exploit emotion, then amplified through channels engineered for reach and repetition. Psychology drives the choice of words: scarcity, fear, pride. Each phrase tuned to bypass reason and trigger immediate reaction. Then the architecture: bot farms, sleeper accounts, coordinated media placements. These create the illusion of consensus where none existed. Information cascades like dominoes. Once momentum forms, correcting the record becomes almost impossible. Emotion outpaces evidence. Influence operators exploit cognitive biases, confirmation bias, availability heuristics, tribal identity. These are psychological shortcuts, not flaws to ridicule. Most worrisome, these campaigns are adaptive. They learn from responses and evolve, always staying one step ahead of simple defenses. One tactic is seeding, placing plausible fragments across platforms to prime an idea before the full narrative arrives. Another is amplification. Coordinated accounts make a message trend, converting manufactured noise into perceived popularity. Deepfakes and doctored media provide visual evidence that feels undeniable. Seeing is no longer believing. Images can be manufactured with intent. AstroTurfing fabricates grassroots support. It dresses orchestrated agendas in the language of ordinary citizens. Micro-targeting tailors persuasive content to predicted vulnerabilities, delivered just when emotional readiness is highest. Finally, the cover: plausible deniability, compartmentalized operations, and layers of intermediaries to hide origin and intent. We examine real campaigns that shifted discourse, altered polls, and reshaped public priorities through systematic influence operations. In one example, micro-influencers coordinated to seed doubt about a public policy, then amplified the doubt into mainstream conversation. Another campaign weaponized historic imagery and fabricated documents to create false authority, exploiting trust in the archive itself. Sometimes the impact is subtle, shifts in tone across a community that steer debate without a single decisive headline. And sometimes it escalates into real-world harm, violence, polarization, and policy rollbacks born from engineered belief. These cases share a pattern: careful planning, adaptive feedback, and the ruthless exploitation of human psychology. Knowledge is a defense. Learn the signals: sudden spikes, identical messaging, anonymous amplification, and sources with inconsistent provenance. Demand provenance. Trace claims back to primary sources. If a story appears fully formed without verifiable origin, be skeptical. Practice friction. Slow your sharing impulse. Pause before you repost. That pause is the smallest, most powerful defense against engineered spread. Institutions must adapt. Transparent algorithms, accountability for platforms, and rigorous media literacy taught like a civic skill. Technologists can build defenses: provenance stamps, cryptographic attribution, and tools that surface manipulation instead of hiding it. None of this is easy, but awareness, verification, and institutional change can blunt the power of covert influence. The choice to resist is yours.